everyone. Welcome back to the Love in Riyadh show. Today is June 22nd, and today's episode proves that Saudi social media might just be the most creative place on the internet, because one story is all about football fans creating an entirely new reality after a World Cup match. And the other is about graduates discovering that not everything you read online comes with free money. Let's start with the football. Now, if you've spent even 5 minutes on Saudi social media after the Spain match, you've probably noticed something very strange happening. Apparently, Saudi Arabia didn't lose, at least according to the internet. Instead, fans immediately activated what many are now calling the ultimate plan B. The moment the match ended, social media users began joking that it wasn't actually Saudi Arabia playing. No. According to the memes, that was Kuwait. Problem solved. Saudi keeps all the victories. Kuwait inherits the defeat. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Honestly, the commitment to this joke has been incredible. What started as one meme quickly turned into hundreds, then thousands. Soon, people were creating entire alternate World Cup storylines. Suddenly, Saudi Arabia was undefeated. The standings were being rewritten. And somehow, Kuwait had become responsible for every inconvenient result. Football logic has truly entered a new dimension. But what makes it funny is that this is classic Khaliji banter, because underneath all the jokes is a genuine bond between people across the Gulf. It's the kind of humor that only works when there's real affection behind it. 1 minute you're celebrating together, the next minute you're handing each other responsibility for a defeat nobody wants to claim. And honestly, that's probably why people love the joke so much. It wasn't about the result. It was about finding a way to laugh together afterward. So while FIFA may not officially recognize these new standings, Saudi Twitter definitely does. Now let's move on to another story that had people excited this week. And unlike football fans, this group thought they might actually be receiving money. We're talking about the viral graduation allowance story. Over the last few days, social media became flooded with posts claiming that graduates would be receiving a special graduation allowance. Naturally, people got excited, very excited. Some were already calculating how they'd spend it. Others were sharing the news with friends. And plenty of students started wondering where exactly they were supposed to apply. But there was just one problem. The story wasn't actually what people thought it was. After the news spread, it became clear that the announcement wasn't referring to a nationwide graduation payment for all students. Instead, it was related to a specific skills-based award program for high-achieving scholarship students at the Islamic University. In other words, not every graduate was suddenly getting a bonus. The confusion happened because information was shared without the full context. And as often happens online, one misunderstanding quickly turned into a much bigger story. It's actually a pretty good reminder of how fast information moves today. One screenshot becomes a post, the post becomes a headline, the headline becomes a rumor, and before you know it, half the country thinks there's money waiting in their bank account. So if there's one takeaway from this story, it's simple. Always double check information through official sources, especially when that information sounds like free money. Because let's be honest, if everyone was getting a graduation allowance, your family WhatsApp group would have found out before anyone else. So today's stories were very different. One showed football fans rewriting reality after a World Cup defeat. The other showed social media accidentally creating a graduation benefit that never existed. But both reminded us of one thing: the internet moves fast. And sometimes the funniest stories are the ones people create themselves. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for tuning into the Love and Riyadh podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast from.